Parents, when did you instantly regret trusting your child's friend? Mason had been begging me for months to let him walk to school with his best friend, Lucas. Both were 14, lived just a few blocks apart, and Lucas's dad worked in the same building as me at Riverside General. When the spring semester began, I finally said yes. Everything seemed great for the first 3 weeks. They left together every morning, came home with identical stories about gym class or cafeteria drama. Lucas even started joining us for dinner twice a week. His parents worked alternating shifts, so he often ate alone. I felt like we were doing a good thing for that kid. Then, Mason's math grade slipped from straight A's to low C's in less than 2 months. He blamed a tough new topic, but his teacher emailed me with concerns. She said Mason seemed out of it, tired, distracted, unfocused in the mornings. I chalked it up to puberty. One April morning, I decided to grab a coffee near the school before my shift. That's when I saw them. Mason and Lucas sitting in the back seat of a parked car in the lot of an old auto shop 2 miles in the wrong direction. The driver was a man clearly older than them. My heart dropped. I parked across the street and watched. The man handed them something, they handed him cash. He drove off, the boys strolled off toward school like nothing happened. I sat there for 20 minutes trying to make sense of it. That evening, I casually asked Mason about his walk. He looked me in the eye and lied. Said they walked down Highland Avenue, stopped for gum at the usual corner store, got to school with time to spare. Not a blink. I started changing my morning route to work, circling past the school. 3 more times over 2 weeks, I saw the same pattern. Different car, different man, same spot, same exchange. The 4th time, I followed the car. It led me to a house I recognized. It belonged to the older brother of a former classmate, someone who'd gotten in trouble a couple years back but avoided jail with community service. I drove straight to the school and asked to see the guidance counselor. When I explained what I'd seen, she went pale. They'd been trying to figure out why some students were arriving so spacey but couldn't trace the cause. 20 minutes later, Mason and Lucas were called to the office. I watched through the glass as staff searched their backpacks. Nothing. I wasn't surprised. The trades happened before school. Then I said, check their shoes. The counselor hesitated, but I'd noticed both boys had started wearing identical high-top sneakers with thick soles. Inside Lucas's left shoe were small plastic baggies. Mason's held a mini digital scale and over $200 in cash. This wasn't just casual. They were distributing. Lucas broke down, immediately blaming Mason, said it was all his idea. Mason sat there silent until I finally asked, how long were you going to keep lying to my face? His response broke me. Until I had enough to leave you behind. The school suspended both boys pending further investigation. Lucas's parents were devastated. They had no clue. During questioning, more came out. They'd been running this scheme for 2 months, targeting students who looked like they could afford more. Mason had been watching who bought cafeteria lunches and who brought leftovers from home. It was calculated, planned. They had regular buyers, drop schedules, even an alibi script if they were caught. Blame peer pressure. I realized I didn't know my own son at all. And Lucas, the boy I led into our home, fed at our table, trusted to walk with my child, had been his partner in a small-scale operation targeting kids just like them. Some betrayals don't come from strangers. Some wear the face of a friend.